Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Woody Bendle here from Next Level Growth Strategies. This week's tip for getting your business to its next level of profitable growth is about a really loaded topic. But you know we don't shy away from this type of stuff. This thing that we're going to discuss is commonly misunderstood, regularly mischaracterized, and often mismanaged. It's usually not ever completely missing, but unfortunately it does often completely miss the mark. And yet, by definition, this is the thing that is supposed to help you grow your business. And when it's done right, it definitely does this. Think you have an idea of what I'm getting at here? Okay, stick around. Let's see if you're right. But I know you are not going to want to miss out on this week's tip. All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's jump right on in. Okay, so let's recap. This week's tip is a loaded topic that's sole purpose is to grow your business. It is misunderstood, mischaracterized, mismanaged, regularly misses the mark, and nearly everyone is doing it in some capacity. I'm going to cut right to the chase. What I'm talking about here is marketing. Wait, what? Now I know some of you are thinking, that's it? This week's tip is marketing? Yes. And the reason marketing is this week's tip goes back to several conversations we've had this week with 3 different organizations. These 3 businesses couldn't be more different from one another. They are all about the same size in terms of annual revenue, but like I said, completely different businesses. And another thing they all had in common is that they'd each recently fired an agency they'd been working with, and they felt like they'd all been screwed over. Now, some of you might be thinking, what are the odds? But based on how many conversations like this we have, I suspect quite a number of you are nodding your heads and saying, yep, been there. Feeling their pain. And when we do have conversations like this, it's because 9 times out of 10, these organizations put little m marketing ahead of big M marketing. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about here, let me explain it this way. In the business world, there is capital or big M marketing, and then there's little m marketing. And often when organizations begin experiencing slowing or plateauing sales or revenues, their instinct is to start doing some or doing more marketing. And they might even hire a marketing or advertising agency to do this for them. But here's where the problem begins, because they're focusing on little m marketing before they've taken care of big M marketing. That's 100% backwards and akin to fire, ready, aim, as opposed to ready, aim, fire. So let me unpack the difference between big M and little m marketing for you like this. In its broadest context, big M marketing is the umbrella that all of the little m's fall under. Big M is your identity. It's your value proposition. It's your position in the market. It's what makes you you and what makes you truly different from all the other schmucks out there who can fog a mirror. Little m marketing is all the various tactics you deploy and the channels you leverage to get your unique story out in front of your target audience, which is all defined by big M marketing. And here, I'd put things like your website, content you create like brochures, flyers, blogs, ebooks, white papers, your SEO, advertising like paid search, digital display, paid social, retargeting, TV, radio, billboards, and print. Yeah, people still do that stuff, and it can be really effective. So back to more little m's. You've got things like events, conferences, webinars, podcasts, public relations, sponsorships. You're starting to get the idea here, right? An expression I love to use when someone experiences success when they put little m marketing in front of big M marketing is this. Even a blind squirrel will occasionally find a nut. And what I mean by this is that if all of a sudden you start doing some little m marketing, it's very possible, if not even probable, that you'll see some positive movement in your business. But this approach to marketing is not scalable, it is not sustainable, and it is definitely not profitable. At some point, something isn't going to work. You won't know why, and it won't be inexpensive. And there's a good chance it could even be costly. At Next Level Growth Strategies, our whole thing is helping businesses achieve their next level of profitable growth by creating clarity, alignment, and consistency. In that order. Clarity, alignment, consistency. You cannot have alignment without clarity, and you cannot have consistency without alignment. And the same is true if you want sustainable marketing success. Big M has to come before little m. Big M marketing is the thing that establishes clarity. And it sets the guidelines and processes for achieving alignment around your organization's identity and sets the rules of the road for ensuring consistency in terms of how your messages are crafted and delivered to your target audiences. Think of Big M marketing this way. It's your organization's identity and messaging contract, and it's your strategy for growing your business. And as I mentioned earlier, it's who you are. It's what you do. It's how you do what you do. It's why you do what you do. It's all the stuff that makes you you and that makes you different from your competitors and how and where you take yourself to market. Like my attorney friends like to say about contracts, in the beginning, a good contract establishes the rules of the road and performance expectations for everyone involved. And you don't think much about them when everything is going good. But when things start going wrong, that's when you tend to rely most on the terms specified in the contract. And if you don't have a good contract in place, you might be screwed. When your little m marketing isn't working, and by this I mean not meeting your performance expectations, you need to be able to have something that you can refer back to determine if it was checking all the boxes established by your Big M. Big M is what allows you to provide clear direction and set expectations for all of your little m marketing initiatives and efforts. So here's our tip. If you want to have sustainable and more predictable business growth, make sure you have nailed down your Big M marketing. Big M is your do not pass go moment before you start doing or doing more little m marketing. Big M is the thing that establishes clarity for your organization and will greatly aid in ensuring alignment and consistency. Having Big M well established will significantly increase your little m's effectiveness and efficiency. So there you have it. That's this week's tip for achieving your next level of profitable growth through clarity, alignment, and consistency. Thank you again for watching. And if you want to talk to someone about your big or little m marketing, be sure to give us a call. We'll see you next time.